Hey, what's up guys? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just wanted to bring you a quick update on some things happening in the Ripple community and also the XRP coin and why I feel like that particular coin here is a potential golden ticket opportunity for anyone who is looking at getting into cryptocurrencies. Now, mind you, I am not a financial advisor, nor is any of what I'm about to provide you financial advice. This is just me doing some research on XRP, seeing all of the news that's coming out from Ripple and XRP, and putting it all together here for you. Now, I will say this: if you've been paying attention to any of the recent news about Ripple and XRP, you will have seen things such as, for example, this article talking about how David Schwartz of Ripple has come out publicly to explain how XRP is actually more decentralized than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And they even go as far as to explain it on their Ripple Twitter page with a little diagram about who is in control of Bitcoin networks, Ethereum networks, and XRP networks. And it shows here that roughly 58% of mining groups are controlling the Bitcoin network right now, whereas 57% of mining groups are controlling Ethereum's network right now. And of course, XRP is simply running off of 7% of validators controlling the network. So we're seeing a substantial difference between the decentralization in XRP versus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So again, anyone who has been looking to get themselves into a decentralized platform and coin can easily see how XRP surpasses both Bitcoin and Ethereum in that way. Outside of that, other good news for Ripple Labs are things such as this article that explains how the most recent lawsuit that was dropped against Ripple Labs here just recently took place on Wednesday. And interesting enough, the plaintiff that filed that particular lawsuit dropped it by offering no viable explanation. So it's interesting how we have people who have issues with Ripple Labs and XRP coin have gone as far as to file a lawsuit against them, and then of course completely drop the lawsuit. Now, I've read interesting theories about why these particular lawsuits on Ripple were happening, and it had to do whether or not the SEC was determining XRP being a security or not. And of course, now that we're seeing these particular lawsuits dropping, we can potentially start seeing more in the ways of the SEC and some in regulations in regards to whether or not Ripple is a security and can be something we can sell and buy and trade and without having any scrutiny and issues legally. Next up on here, as far as more good news for Ripple and XRP, is the most recent Ask Me Anything session with Brad Garlinghouse. And this particular article, kind of goes into detail about that. I just wanted to point out one thing that I felt was really important, because I hope that this is something that will lead to more institutional investors getting into the market, and also more mass adoption from regular retail investors. This right here is a quote from Brad Garlinghouse on that AMA session, where he says, one of the things I will tease for a future announcement within the Q3 market reports, which we always share, where we see institutional participation in buying XRP. Q3 will definitely be a record of institutional participation in buying and interest in holding XRP. So again, we should be hopefully seeing in the near future some more information coming from Ripple Labs about the investments and the interest of investment in XRP. And once we start seeing that, we can potentially start seeing more investors, more bigger potential investors getting into the market for XRP. The next thing I wanted to show you guys was this little bit of information. Again, all of this is out there, has been out there for the last couple of days. I just wanted to put it all together and compile it for you so you can see. This article is talking about the Weiss ratings in regards to XRP. The title alone was what stood out for me. It says, Ripple's XRP potential to be the highlight of the year 2008. We still have 4 months left of this year, so we have quite a bit of ways to go before we start seeing just highlighted information about XRP and its potential within the market. The Weiss ratings here, if you scroll down in this particular article, they actually show a still shot from Weiss Ratings Twitter page where they specified, "We think that the XRP is the fastest digital asset to transfer funds between exchanges. It only makes sense for Binance to use it as a base currency. Why should one have to go through an intermediary currency to trade?" So it's a great question in regards to XRP and Binance using it as a base currency. So if something like that were to be allowed, then we could start seeing more people using XRP, especially getting onto an exchange such as Binance. And the last bit of information here that I felt was going to be huge for things such as mass adoption, and of course can correlate with this little message about using Binance as a base and using XRP as a base currency on that exchange. This article right here. If you've already heard this, we'll just kind of wrap this up a little bit then. This article is talking about how it's already been confirmed that American Express is officially using Ripple's XCurrent. This was information posted today, Sunday, August 26th. Now, of course, I know that in the past this was already talked about as far as the interest of American Express using XCurrent. However, this is the most recent news in regards to them admitting that they are using it. So if you look here, what I found interesting, I apologize for scrolling up and down, but I wanted to just make sure that I was referencing the title of this appropriately. But I also wanted to make sure I showed you guys this right here in regards to how they're explaining this is going to work. And basically, the CEO of American Express was stating that it's separating a connection from the cryptocurrency or the token. And what he means by this when it comes to the transactions using XCurrent is that that a bank or a non-bank like American Express can use Ripple to connect and just exchange value from one fiat currency to another directly without the need for any intermediate blockchain currencies. So again, another way for anybody who is just a regular individual person that wants to get invested into cryptocurrency can go from fiat directly into Ripple just like that using XCurrent through the American Express. So again, another way for mass adoption to simply take place and get more people invested. And if that happens and we start seeing people using XRP because of this, the price of XRP will shoot through the roof rapidly. Which brings me back to this right here. You will have eventually then had a golden ticket in your hand if you're currently invested. Now, interesting enough, guys, I'm going to go to this little chart here, or to this. This is an article I read. I found it very interesting because this is more of like a long-term price analysis in this article. Now, this is not FUD, and this is not to scare you. This is actually to kind of open your eyes up to the potential of having a discount opportunity for XRP. You never want to buy from the top of any charts or when a coin is hitting all-time highs. You always want to buy dips. And what this particular article is stating here is that we could potentially see more bears coming into the market for all cryptocurrencies, but XRP as well, and start pushing the price as low as it possibly can go. This is good for all of us. Those who are not invested yet, you potentially have the ability to buy XRP at a very low discounted rate. If we were to go to the charts right now, or excuse me, CoinMarketCap, and you look at the price point, we're looking at roughly 32 cents per XRP. So in this article here, this price analysis, if we can see XRP go from 32 cents down to 20, 15, or even 10 cents, again, those are significant discount prices. If that happens, I guarantee you we're going to see the price of XRP excel, because that is when most people are going to recognize that we have the biggest discount price for that coin. If you are looking to even get into buying XRP and you want to do that right now, you can easily go through exchanges such as Binance, and like I said, you watch the charts. You just simply find where these particular coins are hitting their lowest, and you start looking to make your investment in that particular manner. Now, of course, things to look out for, and you probably want to study these a little bit more in depthly with charts, but when you see things where they're starting to plateau off a little bit more, like this right here, you can easily see that this is a coin that's coming close to a particular support line, and there's the potential for this to start moving upwards if we maintain riding on that support line. So again, go to Binance. I'll leave a link in the description so you can get yourself signed up with an account, but just monitor these charts. Just watch the price. Again, always buy when it's hitting its lowest. It's very possible we've already seen that happen here, but again, we go back to this price analysis, and this person is basing their information off of what's currently happening to the cryptocurrency market. We could see these prices of cryptocurrency or XRP drop. As we're speaking, you can see that the price is actually jumping up quite a bit, and it's just changing all the time. So who knows? But I do know one thing for you guys, a couple things. One, if you truly want to get invested or get involved in XRP and don't want to buy anything, there are multiple ways for you to do that. You can actually go, for example, this right here. This is for anybody. You can skip over this if you want to, that's fine. But if you want to just get your feet wet, don't want to pay for anything, there are ways for you to go in and actually get fauceted XRP just simply by clicking roll, and it'll just generate this every hour. You actually, get yourself some free XRP. There's another link I'll leave in the description that allows you to pull up or to actually do surveys for XRP and just start building that up. Again, you don't have to put your own fiat currency into it. You can just go in and actually do it all for free. It takes a little bit more time to accumulate, but it allows you to definitely not put any of your own money into it. And lastly, this guy right here, the Modern Investor, I'm not going to talk too much about him. I do watch his stuff. He provides really good content. And if you want to find out something very interesting about XRP, watch this video. What would happen if everyone purchased 100 XRP? Very good insight onto this. Again, I watch this guy all the time. I want to give him, mad props for providing great content on a daily basis. But this one in particular was just something that opened my eyes. And this is as simple as everyone purchasing 100 XRP. Not $100 worth of XRP, but $100 of XRP. So if the price is 32 cents and you bought 100 of them, you're buying about $32 worth of XRP. That's not a lot, guys. And it's in third. So watch that video. And guys, let me know what you think of all this information about XRP and Ripple. Let me know what you think about the future of XRP and even my videos. Thank you for being a participant and watching and being part of my channel and this community. I love you all. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button just as well. Let's try to get this information out there to as many people as possible. Outside of that, guys, hope you enjoy this, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.